What's going on, everybody? Judd Burden here from Asphalt Kingdom. I am here with a special man, the main man himself, Alex Quinn of UADV. We're about to bring you a ton of value. Alex has become a really good friend of mine. He's an incredible guy, one of the most humble, just cool, positive energy guys. And I'm really excited to be able to share this value with Alex to our audience. And thank you for tuning in. Our webinar today is about how marketing is a key piece of growing a successful business. I mean, we're in a pretty low tech industry, right? In the asphalt maintenance industry. But let me tell you, we need to be taking advantage of the tools that we have in front of us. So without further ado, Alex Quinn, welcome, man. Thank you so much for taking the time out of your busy day to be here with us.
Judd, man, I appreciate you so much. You know, I heavily look up to Asphalt Kingdom and the community you guys have built. You guys truly help so many people, and this is just going to be one of those extra tools that your community has to be able to make a lot more money through their business. So I'm happy to be here, man.
Thanks, man. Thank you so much. You know, as we roll through this webinar, I've got a few questions that we've constructed along the way to hopefully answer some of the people's questions, or even just give some guidance and direction. You know, it's so important that we have framework to work off of with some GPS coordinates as we're moving forward. A lot of the time we can get lost when we're alone and not plugged into things like this webinar. So let's go through these questions. Hopefully we can get some great answers, give some direction. I know you're planning on sharing the screen too, so that's exciting.
Yeah.
Let's dive right. So asphalt maintenance is a pretty low tech business. Is digital marketing worth it, or should we just use like yellow page ads and, you know, signs on jobs, etc.?
You know, being a digital marketer, you could say that I'm biased, right? And I'll lean towards the digital marketing aspect, but it's important to remember that every marketing channel works as long as you know how to use it. And if you're a contractor right now and you're doing flyers, you're doing direct mail, you're doing all these traditional things, I'm not saying stop that by any means necessary, because we know that that brings in business and it's always going to be part of the business. It's like newspapers, right? Newspapers, not a lot of people are reading newspapers, but there's still a market for it and you shouldn't ignore it. Same thing with email. New things start coming out, other things start phasing out. What I recommend people do all the time is that you have a hybrid strategy, right? You have a strategy where you have your traditional advertising, where you're able to receive the results you've always received. And then you're also always simultaneously running digital ads on any given platform or on whatever platform your target audience is. So I always say, always consistently run digital ads in conjunction with your traditional strategy.
Man, that's awesome. And, you know, I think that in the asphalt maintenance industry, a lot of us, you know, we go out there and we work hard. We're a service type business, and we get out there and seal the cracks and do the seal coating and patching and everything. And a lot of the time, you know, we get pretty busy doing the operations side of this. So let's say that you're in the operations side of this and you don't have a lot of time to spend necessarily on the marketing. What would be a platform that you would use if you were an asphalt maintenance business owner? What platform would you use if you had a minimal amount of time?
Right. Whenever I approach any business, I always like to look at the lowest hanging fruit, right? What is likely to give us the biggest results for the least amount of action at the lowest cost? If you're in the asphalt maintenance business, you don't want to spend too much time creating crazy strategies for Facebook or YouTube or Instagram or any of these other platforms. Go for the low hanging fruit, high search intent keywords. What does that mean? People are looking up asphalt maintenance services in your area likely all the time. These are people that are already aware they have a problem that needs solving or are trying to prepare for a problem that's coming. So if you're able to strategically place ads in front of these people, you're more likely to convert than, let's say, showing an ad to somebody on Facebook, right? Because they may not be looking for it. You may be kind of trying to bring them to awareness about the issue. So my first go specifically for asphalt maintenance is always Google ads followed by YouTube ads.
Yes, absolutely. I couldn't agree more, man. Thank you for that. How have contractors used digital marketing to attract bigger and better customers, you know, in your experience? I know you've worked with some contractors in the past and maybe still do, but how have you found that it's really helped them attract bigger audiences, and does it really work?
Honestly, man, the biggest thing I found, because from my family business to clients I have in the space, be it roofing, kitchens, additions, decks, pools, asphalt maintenance, it's very important to understand that you need to be patient, right? The advertising is something that you just don't stop and take a break from because it's not working. Advertising is something that once you start, you have to figure it out. You have to look at it as if you're a doctor and you're diagnosing your business on what's wrong and what you need to fix in order to get your levels balanced out. And in this case, those levels are your KPIs. What are your key performance indicators for the business? How much are you closing? Are you actually getting a return on investment? And the biggest thing is not to stop your ads. Remember that every time you're running ads and you're booking people to your business, you're collecting emails, phone numbers, data. That data is going to be helpful to you when you advertise on other platforms, because you're going to tell those platforms, look, these are all my clients already. Go and find me the people most likely to be like this client or have characteristics like this client. So actually, as you start advertising more, you're basically your website, your social platforms, they get smarter. Facebook, Instagram, Google, they start sending you better, smarter traffic. And as you go, you start creating a snowball effect that starts paying off maybe 6 months to 12 months in, but it's actually something that's going to be for life. It's something that you're going to be dominating search intent. You're going to be, what search intent basically means is somebody has a need for something. So they're looking for it. I need asphalt maintenance, let's say in New York. Okay. They have search intent. Their intent is to find an asphalt maintenance company in New York. But once you start actually ranking for these keywords on your actual landing pages on your website, you're going to start getting organic traffic too. So you're going to start seeing benefits from both sides. You're going to start seeing benefits from the paid traffic, which is that instant gratification, those phone calls and those lead forms that you start getting in. But you also start building organic traffic on another end that after a while starts paying off and actually giving you bigger returns.
Makes total sense. Makes total sense. I think there's something important to around this, and it's, a lot of clients come to us and they say, and a lot of people come to us who are starting out the business for the first time, and they say, what are the platforms that I really need to have my brand, my company profiles built on? And I usually say, man, get on as many channels as you can, but start with the first ones that we know in our market that are the most popular. So of course, having a website up first and foremost, right?
Yeah. Absolutely.
Credibility. Yeah. So because that adds to the credibility. Now, what would be some of the things that you would advise somebody to set up as they're doing, let's say, their Facebook profile and their Instagram profile? Like, they need to set these profiles up, not so they're half-assed. They need to have a proper profile set up, maybe asking for some reviews and stuff. Do you have any insight or any information on what somebody could do maybe during the winter months when things might be a little slower so that they really can set that up properly? What are some of the tips there?
Right. So the main thing when it comes to social media is that you want to be able to distribute content where you're educating your customer on how you could solve whatever problem or issue they may have, right? To do so, you obviously need to create and distribute content. Once that content is created and distributed, you want a call to action. So most social media platforms will have an area where you could put a link to your website. That link could lead directly to a booking page or a frequently asked questions page or any page that actually allows you to capture that person's information so you could further reach out. This would be Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn. All these platforms will have the people that you're targeting, right? All these platforms have people that could actually benefit from your service. The main thing you want to do is you want to keep these platforms active. And I don't mean, and in most cases, I tell people, don't kill yourself over wanting to post every day on every platform, okay? What you want to do is you want to be running ads every day. If you want to post on your social medias, absolutely, you shouldn't overlook it. Keep it to a few times a week. If you don't have a lot of time to create content, if you don't have a lot of time to think about creating content, make sure that you have a nice content plan, which we'll talk here about some of the ways that we do it here to be able to create content and distribute on these platforms. So let me go ahead and break it down for you, Judd. Marketing your service, right? What we need to do first is we need to identify the marketing hooks, which you as an asphalt maintenance expert and everybody watching this, you'll know exactly what pain points your customers have. Those will be your marketing hooks. Some people do it out of affinity. They don't want to have an ugly driveway, right? Other people do it out of fear. They don't want to, lose money down the road, and maybe they don't want to be in a bad financial situation. Other people do it because they don't want their neighbors to see that they have something bad, and they want to look good for the people. Everybody has different motives for the reasons that they purchase your service, right? So you have to be able to speak to all of those in different marketing hooks, buying hooks. And the way you address these is in your copywriting and the ad copy you put on your ad, and also on the video content and also on the landing page. So you always have to be able to speak to those pain points. You want to acknowledge that hook, those marketing hooks, and you want to reinforce them, and you want to offer a means to satisfy them. What's the means to satisfy them? Well, your experience, your expertise, your equipment, everything you bring to the table, right? You want to talk about the features, performances of your product, what you get out of it. How much money are you saving? In the long run, how does this whole thing look? What are the benefits out of taking action right now versus a year or 2 or 3 years from now? You want to be able to show your prospect how these products perform, and inevitably you're able to satisfy them, right? You have the products, you have the experience to be able to solve this problem for them, and you're identifying a problem for them maybe before they even identified it themselves. Now, once you figure out this message, which is going to be very easy for you if you've already been in the business, then you have to figure out where you distribute this message, right? Where are the main platforms asphalt maintenance contractors should concentrate on when first starting digital marketing? First and foremost, as a social media platform, because a lot of people don't see this as a social media platform, but in a sense it is. Google My Business. Google My Business is a very, very important tool for your business because you are able to rank on Google, which is where pretty much everybody's looking for stuff. You're able to rank locally in the local map packs based off what you do, and people are able to leave you reviews. So that gives you a ton of credibility and social proof to be able to do some really, really good damage online. If your Google My Business is doing excellent, then you're going to also have a great time running Google ads to your business because it's all going to be together and it's all going to be cohesive. A platform I would go into right after that would probably be Facebook and Instagram, which is a great platform to be able to bring in leads and bring in interested parties. And of course, YouTube. These are the top 4. By no means does this mean other platforms don't work. But if you were to ask me right now, May 2021, Alex, what is the best platform for an asphalt maintenance contractor to run ads or to get started? It would start with Google My Business, Google Ads, and then would trickle down to Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube, just like that, right? So what do we do on the, go ahead, Judd?
Couldn't agree more, man.
Right? So what do we do on these platforms, right? What do we post? What do people want to see? Do they want to see job sites? Do they want to see jobs? Do they want to see staff? Well, for the most part, what people want to see is they want to be educated, right? You want to have that wow factor. Distribute educational videos with strategically placed marketing hooks to stimulate these buying motives and create interest in them. Are they going to be fearful because their asphalt is going to crack and then there's going to end up costing them a lot more money down the road? Is it out of pride? They don't want their, like I mentioned before, they don't want their neighbors to see that they have a shitty driveway. I need to be the neighbor with the nicest driveway. What are those marketing hooks? What are those buying intents that these people are going to have? Create videos based off these hooks.
Safety.
Safety, being proactive instead of reactive. All these things that we speak of when we're booking clients in this space. And the idea is to run paid traffic to a landing page meant to create a qualified lead. So to make this extremely simple is we're running ads on a platform like Google. That ad is leading people to your website where they're informed about what you do. And then they are pretty much asked to give you their information. So you could reach out and further help in many different ways. There's opt-in forms where people give their email or their phone number. There's questionnaires. There's straight calendars that people can book a calendar invite straight into your calendar. There's many ways to do it, and I'm going to give you guys some examples right now so you can see how we're doing it and some formulas that are being really, really good for us. But before we get to that, we want to talk about content, right? In order to run these ads, you're going to need content. So let's keep this in mind. If you're going to run YouTube ads, Facebook ads, Instagram ads, you're going to need videos for the most part. If you're on Google ads to start off because you don't have a ton of videos, that's also a great way to start. And that's why I love Google ads, because with Google ads, what you're going to need is you're going to need great ad copy. You're going to need a good landing page with visuals, but you're not going to need a ton of distributed videos to put in front of people. If you notice when you Google something, you see an ad, you don't see a video. You just see the ad and it leads to a landing page. So in this case, if you don't want to get too crazy creating a bunch of videos, remember that Google ads is a great way to lead traffic to the page. Once you start getting a little bit more advanced and you want to start advertising on other platforms or starting to post more on your social media, you want to have a content creation day. What most people I work with, from personal brands to even contracting businesses, what they do is they schedule 1 or 2 days a month where they actually concentrate on creating content. They don't go out of their way to switch their day up. They do everything they would do in their normal work day, but they have somebody come and follow them with a camera. So here's the breakdown. 1 day a month or 2 days a month, you hire somebody to come shoot video. You hire the videographer to follow you to a few job sites. You plan to record videos giving tips on asphalt maintenance that same day so you can make the best out of it. So you'll be able to go to job sites, you'll be able to talk about what you're doing, how you help this client, you can show a little bit of your staff, you can show a little bit of your high quality equipment brought over from Asphalt Kingdom. And you're gonna be able to, at the same time, record videos talking about the problems that come from not maintaining your asphalt. This way you educate your customer and you prime them in order to be able to take an action with you. You could also share other industry videos on social media. There may be partners in other states or other people that you look up to, pages that you like the way they create content. One great way people share content is by just sharing that content and attributing it back to the page that you saw it. So basically saying, hey, sharing this video from this page, love this. That's another way of filling in content on your social media. So to summarize, you create your own content by hiring somebody to follow you one day a month. During that content, you film at job sites, you talk about what you're doing, you talk about the benefits, the features of doing asphalt maintenance, you talk about the tips, the tricks, the do's, the don'ts, the how-tos. And at the same time, you're able to share other people's content that doesn't create a conflict of interest with your business, right? So now you have many forms of content that you could share, and you don't have to stress too much about creating content the rest of the month. You handled it 1 or 2 days out of the month, that's it. And remember, there's not just photo and video content, there's also copywriting. How you speak to people, how you're verbalizing and vocalizing your message is extremely important. So it's good that you understand that there's many elements to making sure that you have a successful advertising campaign. But when it comes down to it, it's about how you talk to people, right? How are you getting through to them and how are you showing them solutions to their problems? To be able to put this together, the trifecta is usually a videographer, a copywriter, and a graphic designer. As long as you have this and somebody that actually knows how to run ads, you'll be pretty good. And it's good to not get overwhelmed with this stuff. Because for example, my father is in the contracting business, right? So when I talk to him about these things, most of the times they go over his head. And what he wants to understand is that it's easy and that it's quick for him to do. There's many ways of being able to receive help on doing all of these things. There's online platforms on getting help with copywriters and graphic designers, people that work extremely fast, and you don't have to worry about all the details and specifics of this. What I've done for you guys here today to make sure that you guys digest this information but also take action is that with Asphalt Kingdom, we've teamed up and actually put together a small package for you guys, which is going to bring examples of ad copy you could use for these platforms. And it's actually going to give you a template to a highly converting landing page in the contracting space. We're going to give this to you guys for free so you can implement some of these stuff that we've told you already, and then what we're going to give you so you guys can see some success in your ads. With that being said, let me reiterate, you don't need to post on social media every day. You should if you could, but you don't need to. What you need to be doing every day is advertising on any platform, right? On any platform of the ones that we've talked about already, make sure that you're always advertising on at least one platform every single day. You keep those leads coming in, you keep that traffic coming in, and you're able to see a lot more movement. We've already gone over most of the things on this slide, so I want to go ahead and jump into landing pages, okay? Once people click on that ad, what are they seeing? What should they see? What should I have on my landing page? Well, this is a very close example to what we're going to be sending you guys. What we're going to be sending you is a template. You're going to be able to copy that template, put it onto your hosting platform, and then you'll be able to switch out photos, the logo, written information, and you'll be able to make it your own according to what you want. What we're going to break down right now is the fundamentals of a landing page that converts. What do you need on a landing page to convert once you've sent traffic to it so you don't waste your ad dollars? Well, most importantly, you always want to make sure that you have the main thing that you do. In this case, we're talking about Miami custom kitchen remodeling for this contractor. So we're making sure that we have that main keyword as a H1 tag on the website. If you notice, we also have a value-driven call to action. We have a free estimate with no obligations. The second they click on that, they'll be able to go to a calendar, which I'll show you now. But we don't just leave it there, because remember, different people take different actions. That some people want to call in and be able to speak to somebody right away. Some people want to fill out a contact form, and some people want to speak to a live chat. Like you see on the right side of the screen, you're going to see a live chat right here, which we created a customized messenger bot for this specific company with all the frequently asked questions, anything the customer could potentially ask. That robot has been primed with it in order for the robot to automatically answer them and book appointments. If the robot doesn't have an answer, it automatically notifies an admin in the business and they're able to jump in and speak to the customer. So what else do you have on this website? Well, you want to immediately have a form to complete a free estimate. After you inform them of what you do, or after they've potentially seen a video at the top of the page. You want to capture their information so you could reach out to them right away. This is pretty straightforward. I don't need to get into too much details about things here. You collect their email, their name, their phone number, and any specific message they want to leave you. So you have context, or so your sales team has context on how to speak to them. You never want to neglect videos. Videos are very important. Many people neglect videos, but you remember most people are visual learners, right? They're on YouTube, they're looking for stuff, they're looking at screens, visual, they need to see. So if you show them how you could help them, you have a higher chance to help. What do you think, Judd? You create a ton of videos with Asphalt Kingdom.
Yeah, I mean, listen, you're all watching a video right now. So as you're watching this video and you're learning, this is something that's going to push you towards a action, right? You're going to take action. You're going to start to market yourself online better by tips and applying them. So video is everything. Yeah.
Yeah. So let me give you a quick example, everyone, about what kind of video you have to create. You don't need a Hollywood production, guys. Okay. Don't think that you need to break the bank with these types of videos. Remember that the biggest value you can bring to your audience is to be informative and to be well informed when you're speaking to them. As long as you have that, you're always going to be good. So for example, here on this landing page, we show them, we take you from this, from this, which was the old one, to this. So old, new, right? Planning with you every step of the way, right? We create the plans, we work with the architects, the designers, you know, this is the finished product of the kitchen. We're your general contractors, just for you. This is what we could do for you. Services we offer, as you can see here on screen: kitchen remodeling, custom cabinets, remodeling and additions, kitchen and bath remodeling, right? This is basically it. It's very simple. And most of the time the videos have a voiceover of you explaining what you do. And it makes it much easier for people to convert on your landing page, because they're like, oh, that's exactly what I need. Oh, that's so nice. Oh, look, you know, they take the time to create content and inform me. Let me speak to them a little bit more. It makes it a lot easier for you. Make sure that you document things too, like before and afters. If you're on the job site and you don't have a photographer or videographer there, these days you don't even really need it. Grab that iPhone, take some pictures, grab your Android, take pictures, take some videos, store them in a folder, store them on your phone, and maybe have them ready to be able to use on something like a landing page in the future. So you want to have videos, you want to have before and afters, you want to have photography of things behind the scenes. These are the kind of things that you want to share on your social media and on your website, so people see that you're actually a working and functioning business. And don't be fooled. People see value in an updated website, in an updated social media, in an updated Google My Business. It shows you care. It shows you're on top of stuff. It shows you have great customer service and you're forward thinking. As long as you have this, you're always going to be able to capture an audience. And remember, your audience is growing with you. So, you know, a 20-year-old right now, right, is going to be maybe your client in 5 years, 4 years. And think about what kind of stuff they look for. I mean, they're on social media, right? They're on Google. They're looking for this stuff. As the boomers get older, you know, the millennials and all the younger crowds start getting older too. So you have to be able to start adapting to what these people are looking for. And this is one of those great ways to adapt, by just being informed and seeing the things that are possible within your business.
Wow. This is awesome, Alex.
Nah, man, I know I talk a lot, brother, but I'm here to help, and I'm here to help this community any way I can, by either providing value here or you know, connecting on social media, or jumping back on here if you guys need me. I want to be able to help. I know, Judd, that this stuff works. I'm doing it. I'm showing you a live example of us doing it. And these messenger bots and these contact forms and these Google and Facebook ads are booking people like crazy. We're doing $10,000, $15,000, $20,000, $100,000 jobs across different markets, right? Roofing, like I mentioned, kitchens, driveways, paving. Oh my God, the possibilities are endless. And you know, like we can't overlook this. Like it's the elephant in the room, right? He who is taking action, she who is taking action on digital media is going to rule the industry.
100%.
No doubt. You look what Asphalt Kingdom is doing.
I say this all the time. And I really, everybody, I want you to think about this. I really want you to think about this hard. You are not a paving company or an asphalt maintenance company. You are a marketing and sales company providing asphalt maintenance or paving services, period. You're in 2021. It's the digital era. You better see yourself as a digital marketing company that's closing deals and then providing the service third in line. So crucial.
Absolutely, guys. And remember, digital is very important. And we talked about traditional too. Traditional is important. There's many people out there driving for dollars and, being able to get some really good contracts and getting some good traction. But imagine in a perfect world where you are sitting at home with your family or whoever you may be with, you're logged into your computer, you check your calendar, and your leads are just flying in because you're doing cold outreach, because you have a team doing outreach for you. And if you don't have the time to do it, because most contractors don't have the time, right? I work with contractors all the time. Most contractors are so busy trying to personalize their business and give their customers the best experience that sometimes they aren't able to step back and see the bigger picture and really scale the hell out of this thing by doing really, really good cold outreach. So that's something that I want to touch on, and something I know is very important, Judd. Doing cold outreach, not also just doing ads, but doing cold outreach to people that could actually help you. Sending out proposals, sending out a ton of proposals. The more proposals you send out, the more business you're going to see, right? It's a law of numbers. So you definitely want to be able to have that in mind. Always keep your business moving. Judd is correct, and he's not mistaken. Yes, at the end of the day, you're providing an asphalt maintenance service, right? Asphalt repair service, but you're a marketing and sales company. As long as you know how to market yourself the absolute best, because you know the service the absolute best, and as long as you have a good sales cycle and a good sales process, you're always going to have business. You're always going to have the pipeline full. And as long as you have the pipeline full, your business is going to be moving and operating.
Yes, sir.
So let's talk about other elements of a landing page. How do you get people to give you their information on your website? How do you convince them? How do you further convince them? Well, you show them what other people are saying about you, right? People have biases. They have familiarity bias. They want to do what other people are doing, or they want to see what other people are doing. Take advantage of those biases and get reviews on Google, Facebook, Yelp, Angie's List, all these platforms you potentially are on or have advertised on. If you already have reviews on them, take screenshots of those reviews, throw them on your website, show people what other people say about you. It's not just what you say about yourself and, I'm the best, I have the best prices, I have the best service. No, show what other people are saying about you, either in written or video testimonials. Don't be afraid to ask, and don't think you need a Hollywood production for a testimonial. Get it on your phone, even if it's vertical, horizontal. As long as somebody's saying something amazing about you and showing the work that you've done your job, and you're going to be able to make it a lot easier for somebody to trust you. Building a landing page that converts requires a few things, right? To establish credibility and trust, to showcase previous projects or clients, and to add any press or media that you've been featured in. Maybe you've been featured in a local magazine. Maybe you've been featured in a local blog. Maybe you haven't. If you don't worry about it. Work towards it and then add it in the future. Just know that these are the main things that people look for. So as you start building this thing out, you can start adding elements to your landing page if you don't have it just yet. It's not one of those things where you're like, Alex, I don't have everything you're showing here. I don't think, I could do this. Well, done is better than perfect. Okay. Remember that. Done is better than perfect. As long as you have something solid that you could show to people and could convert, get started with it while you figure everything else out. Otherwise, you'll never start. It happens to the best of us, guys. You want to make sure you're descriptive on your website. So here, for example, we talk about fitting your budget, right? Because you want people to know that we can be flexible with them. In this specific case, doesn't have to be like this for you. We're just giving you this specific scenario. We tell them that we're skilled and reliable, right? Because there's in the contracting world, specifically for workers, that things can be difficult when it comes to punctuality and reliability. So we affirm that we're going to be on time and reliable. Also clean and safe. For this specific client, we know that contractors sometimes in that space leave a big mess behind, and the clients don't like that. And they also don't like that people show up without masks in some aspects, right? Face masks. So here we address that. We're clean, we're safe, we're skilled, we're reliable, and we fit your budget. What we're doing here is we're objection handling, right? Most people will have objections before making a purchase. What we're doing by all these distributed contents we're adding to the website is we're handling all of their objections. So by the time they got on the phone, you have the least objections possible on the phone, and you make it easier on your salesperson or on yourself to close that deal. Next, everything I'm showing you in these slides are different elements of the landing page that I just showed you right here, where we saw this video. What I'm doing, and I'm just basically breaking this landing page down in slides for you to be able to digest easily and be able to look at it. Of course, you guys are going to get a link to this page. You'll be able to see it, dissect it, and see how you guys can do something similar. So what we like to do on our landing pages is, if you notice, we have a phone number that people could call. We have a contact box, but we also have a calendar. Why do we do this? Because like I mentioned, people take actions in different ways. Some people like to talk to a human. Some people like to fill a form and then get an email back. And some people are ready to take immediate action. What about that person that wants to take immediate action but doesn't want to talk on the phone with you? Maybe they're not a phone talker. Well, then you give them an opportunity to fill a time right into your calendar. This is used with Calendly, okay? Calendly basically syncs to your calendar and gives people a link to your calendar. So what happens is they click the link, and there's other services that do this, but they click the link and they see all your open availabilities, and they're able to book a time right into your availability. So what you're doing there is you're removing that friction and that back and forth of, are you available this time, but I'm available that time? No, you're very organized. You send them your link and they'll be able to see there what times you're available and not. And that link, you'll be able to customize on what days you want to work and what times you want to work. So it's very efficient. And as you can tell, the person that's ready to take action, they'll book right into your calendar and you already got them. They're ready to speak to you. So we like to add this as a second or third call to action within the website to be able to make sure that what the website is doing is informing, but also capturing information in all possible ways. And like I said, if we're objection handling, we got to be aware of frequently asked questions. As a shopper, if you're a contractor, right? You're a business owner, but you're also a shopper. You buy things online, or maybe you buy things in other places. And for the most part, before you make a big purchase, you probably have a lot of questions to qualify and to give yourself the clarity and the peace of mind that you're taking the right decision and making this investment. So what you want to do to further objection handle on your website is to have a section for frequently asked questions that people usually ask you within the space, right? Because if they have an objection and that objection isn't addressed on the website, there's a chance that they might leave without getting that objection addressed, and they never really talk to you. If you could address it via video or via frequently asked questions, you have a higher chance of that traffic converting into a qualified lead for yourself. So guys, to make a long story short, because this wraps up our slides, you want to have a landing page that converts. You want a landing page that has all of these elements. We're going to share this information with you. And we're also going to share the fully built landing page with you. If there's sections that you don't have, you could remove it. If there's a logo that's not yours, you remove it and you change it. You're not going to have to go out and pay somebody a ridiculous amount of money to build this landing page for you. It's already been done for you. What you're going to need is the help to put it together with the content that you need and the content that you already have to basically plug and play in there to be able to run a successful campaign, let's say with Google Ads to start off. What you usually see these businesses do is that you usually see them start off with $1,000 to like $2,000, $3,000 a month worth of ad spend. That gives them a good amount of leads. What we're seeing in the industry right now is leads coming in from anywhere from like 20, 30 bucks all the way to like 100, 120 bucks, right? Numbers vary depending on seasons, depending on local demand, but this is what you're basically seeing. So if you reverse engineer the math, you're able to see more or less how many leads you can bring in, right? And then you have to ask yourself, what is my close rate? How many people am I closing when I get them on the phone? And that's a number that only you know, right? You have to go and look at that number. You have to look at those numbers and do your homework to make sure that once you calculate how much you're spending on these ads, you'll be able to see more or less how much traffic will come in. And then you'll be able to understand, what am I going to do with that traffic? Once that traffic converts to an email or to a phone number, how many people am I closing? And then you're able to see a return on investment. Guys, this stuff works. Be patient with it. Don't expect to get rich overnight. This is not a get rich quick scheme. This doesn't happen in a week or two, but this happens with consistency and showing up every day. As long as you do that, you're going to be the leading asphalt maintenance and asphalt repair company in your city within a few months, within the year, without a doubt. Without a doubt, you just have to put the work in. I know this could work. Judd has been doing this for years. Some of the top contractors in Judd's network and Asphalt Kingdom's network are doing this right now and using many tools to be able to grow their business, using online tools, using tools like the resource guide on Asphalt Kingdom, using tools like Paving Pro. There are so many things that you could go to scale your asphalt maintenance and repair business. Don't stay behind on this year. This is the year for you guys to take action.
Yeah, man. I mean, drum roll. Listen, the amount of value that you've poured out here, Alex, is mind-boggling, and I really hope that as you watch this and you're able to reflect on this, that you take the steps to move this forward. Alex, I've got a question because I know that people are sitting there right now watching this, and the question is, can I really do this on my own, or should I just hire somebody to do this for me? In the case that somebody, I know they can go out and do the video shoots and those kind of things and hire a local videographer, et cetera. When it comes down to like ad creation and targeting ads and retargeting and doing the stuff inside these ad platforms, is there an opportunity for people to plug in with an agency? Do you guys do that? Is there somebody you recommend? Like, how does that work if somebody really wants help here?
Yeah, so we love helping out. So a lot of the times, if you reach out to us directly, we'll get on the phone with you. We'll do a consultation. We'll point you in the right direction. And if it's a good fit, we could definitely help. Otherwise, we point you in the best direction possible to fit your needs or your immediate budget. We're here to help because we know that this is complex. In life, you always want to have a good friend that's a mechanic, a lawyer, a doctor, and in this specific case, because I'm biased, a marketer, right? You want a good marketer. You get what you pay for, man. And if you're gonna put the time to advertise thousands of dollars into your business, work with a good marketer, somebody that knows psychology, that knows business, that takes the time to understand what you do and how you can help your clients out. As long as you have that, you're always going to be good. If you reach out to me directly, I'll either be able to help you out or I will find somebody that's going to help you because I know this works. We're in the business, we're doing this. So you have no better place to go than to go to Asphalt Kingdom, to go to Judd's Resources, or to reach out to us directly for us to point you in the right direction. We're already trying to help. We're gonna give you these scripts, we're gonna give you these templates, we're gonna give you this presentation, and we're gonna give you all the value that we can. You also have this website to look at as a reference point. So you can see everything we've done for that website. And you can reverse engineer it yourself. We're giving you the finished product. We're giving you all the tools. We're giving you the ingredients. But at the end of the day, you're the chef. You have to cook this thing up with all the directions we're giving you. Imagine yourself in the kitchen right now with a cookbook, with a YouTube in front of you, with a tutorial in front of you. And we're telling you, hey, this is how you cook this thing. Here's the ingredients. But you gotta do the work with us. And as long as you want to do the work with us, we're right here to help you guys out.
Man, like what a finale, just absolutely incredible. Alex, I can't thank you enough. I'm sure everybody can understand how marketing is a key piece of growing a successful business. It's an absolute must. We all really know that today. We know that this marketing digital presence is crucial and it's time to take action. Alex, man, I just can't thank you enough. And I know the whole audience is thanking you. Where can people reach out to you on social media or your website? Where can they reach you?
Yeah, so UADV, like you see here, maybe behind me on screen, uadv.net is our agency website. You could go on there and see the case studies of everything we've done with other businesses. Or if you want to follow me on social platforms and connect with me, ask me questions, I'm very active and I write back. You could find me Alex Quinn. That's with one N, Quin, AlexQuin. You'll be able to find me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn. Connect with me, ask me questions. I'm here to help. I have knowledge in the advertising industry. Most importantly, I have knowledge in the contracting business and how to make these things work. Don't be afraid to reach out. There's ways for you to make more business and give yourself a better life, give your family a better life, and take more time back for yourself to do the things that are actually important to you. And there's people that want to help out. Judd's one of those people. I'm one of those people. Please take action after seeing this. It's going to work out for you guys.
Awesome. Alex, man, round of applause, brother. Thank you so much. Looking forward to getting those templates to be able to share out too. Thanks again, man. Looking forward to our next conversation. We'll go into a 2.0 version, I'm sure, with the audience that is stepping up their game and are in that 2.0 phase. Thanks so much, brother.
No problem. Thank you guys for your time.